There is a quiet panic growing in Washington, and it has nothing to do with elections or politics. It is about money. More precisely, the future of the US dollar. Hello everyone, this is Asadullah Khan Wazir and you are watching the Eurasian Digital, where we question the powerful and decode the world's changing order. For nearly 8 decades, the US dollar has ruled global trade. Oil, gas and gold. Everything was priced in dollars. It gave Washington unmatched power. The power to sanction, to isolate and to decide who survives economically. But that era is starting to crack. From Moscow to Beijing, from Brasilia to Riyadh, a quiet revolution is underway. It is called de-dollarization. And for Washington, it's a nightmare. The BRICS bloc, Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa, once just a loose economic club, is now evolving into a real financial alliance. With the inclusion of countries like Saudi Arabia, Iran and the UAE, it is becoming an energy and currency powerhouse. Their goal is simple: to trade in their own currencies, bypassing the dollar entirely. For instance, oil in yuan, gas in rubles, gold in rupees, and every such transaction weakens America's financial grip a little more. And Washington knows this and is terrified because its global dominance does not just come from its military. It comes from the dollar. The power to print the world's reserve currency means the power to fund wars, buy allies and push rivals without firing a shot. So now the US is fighting back, not with tanks or bombs, but with policy, pressure and panic. From the IMF to the World Bank, the message is clear: stick with the dollar or face isolation. New trade deals are being tied to dollar-denominated systems. Countries leaning toward BRICS are suddenly finding themselves under scrutiny, their assets frozen or their credit downgraded. Meanwhile, Washington's media and think tanks are flooding headlines with fear. De-dollarization will destabilize the world. China's currency is not safe. Russia's system is corrupt. It is an information war disguised as economic advice. But here is the truth. De-dollarization is not about destroying America. It is about balance. It is about countries saying, we do not, our economy is controlled by another nation's printing press. And the momentum is real. Last month, BRICS announced its new payment system, a gold-backed digital platform aimed at reducing reliance on SWIFT. Saudi Arabia signed its first oil deal in yuan. Even France, a US ally, completed an LNG trade with China without using a single dollar. Washington cannot stop this wave, but it is trying to slow it down by offering new military deals to old allies, by reviving sanctions on Russia and Iran, and by pushing countries like India to stay neutral on currency alignment. It is a global tug of war, not over land but over leverage. Who controls the world money controls the world decisions. And that is the real story behind America's panic. This is not just economics, it's geopolitics wrapped in green paper. So the next time you hear words like stability, security or trust in the dollar, ask yourself, stability for whom? Security for whom? Because the world is changing and the dollar's throne, once untouchable, is beginning to shake.